If you were to ask a husband if he loves his wife, his answer would be a resounding yes. But many husbands have wrong ideas about love and showing love to their wives. So let me share with you 3 common misconceptions men and husbands have about love. Misconception number 1, love is measured by my feelings, by my mood. First of all, love is not a warm, fuzzy feeling. The Bible teaches us that love is a demonstration of your commitment to another person. This is why the Bible describes love, the Greek word agape, by its qualities and its characteristics. In 1 Corinthians chapter 13, it says, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it's not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. So when it comes to loving your wife, agape love is much more than a feeling. Agape love is expressed in the quality of commitment you have to your wife. Misconception number 2, love is measured by duty. Many husbands live as though they carry around a checklist for all the things that they're responsible for doing and caring for their wife and their family. And as they check off all the items on their list, they've won, they succeeded in fulfilling their duty. And then when the wife tells her husband that she doesn't feel loved, well, he defends himself and he attempts to prove his love for his wife by pulling out this checklist and going over each item one by one. Didn't I do this? Didn't I do that? And the trouble with many men is that they think that when they have brought home the bacon that they fulfilled their duty as a provider and they love their wife. Well, the husband's love for his wife and family should mirror the example of the Father, the Heavenly Father, who so loved the world that he gave. And so the husband reflects his love for his wife, not merely by his duty to her, but by his devotion to her. He is to be devoted to understanding her, to supporting or providing for her. He is to be devoted to protecting her, giving her a feeling of security, noticing her, cherishing her, listening to her, appreciating her, and responding to her, and ministering to her. Misconception number 3, love is measured by sex. And we find this misconception in play as early as those teenage years when the boy tries to persuade a girl to be intimate with him. And he says, you know the line, if you loved me, you would. If you loved me, you would. And unfortunately, this thinking continues into the marriage as the husband makes the mistake of assuming that his wife's love for him is directly related to how much she is willing to get physical with him. And he believes that when his wife is willing, she loves him. And when she is not willing, she isn't or doesn't love him. And for a woman, physical intimacy is an outgrowth of a spiritual and emotional bond that has been cultivated and nurtured over time. Over time. Let me say that again. For a woman, physical intimacy is an outgrowth of a spiritual and emotional bond that has been cultivated and nurtured over time. And so love isn't measured by feelings. Love isn't measured by duty. Love isn't measured by sex. And since it isn't, how does a husband know when he is being a loving husband? Well, let's talk about biblical love. Biblical love is demonstrated by God as Christ loved us just as we were and died for us while we were still sinners. The husband is called by God to be his wife's lover. And so, biblical love is expressed as you love your wife just as she is, with all of her blemishes, without having her to qualify for your love and acceptance. And so, the love for his wife, according to the Bible, is measured by a husband's willingness to give his life up for his wife. And we find that in Ephesians chapter 5 and Colossians chapter 3. By putting the wife's needs over and above his own, he sacrifices to care and to nurture and to cherish his wife, even if it cuts against the grain. Hear this. Even if it cuts against the grain of his own agenda, his own comfort, and his own feelings. And so biblical love is expressed as the husband. You, husband, love your wife just as she is, with all of her blemishes, without her having to qualify for your love and acceptance. That's a Bible point. And this is Chuck. Thanks for watching.